Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Just in the news, Senator Natasha reacts to court judgment quashing her suspension. The lawmaker representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpabio, has reacted to the decision of the court to quash the 6-month suspension slammed against her by the leadership of the 10th Senate. In a post made on X shortly after the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja had ordered the immediate recall of the lawmaker, the court, in its judgment on Friday, ordered Akpabio to resume her legislative duty at the National Assembly. It also ruled that the 6-month suspension imposed on the lawmaker by the Senate leadership is excessive and unconstitutional. In her reaction, Akpabio described her suspension as illegal and unconstitutional suspension quashed. She further appreciated well-meaning Nigerians for their support, while stating that together with the citizens, leadership will be redefined. Akpabio wrote, "Thank you, great people, for your support. Together we redefine leadership," the lawmaker said. Well, justice has prevailed as far as the matter is concerned. And there are so many lessons to take home from this kind of situation. Number one, that of course that the judiciary is the final, arbiter of the common man. That the common man can always run to the judiciary, even to seek the redress and get his right, even under the law. By the reason of what this woman has done, it means that anybody can also do the same. So we are encouraged to go before the court of law and believing that equity, justice, and fairness will be upheld even for any party that ever come before the court of law. After all, justice is blind, so it's not unfair. It will always be fair to everyone, as it's not biased and doesn't take side. That's a lesson to take home from there. Number two, it's also an encouragement to people to fight for their rights, irrespective of who you are, fighting against. In quotes now, the word fight doesn't mean a physical fight. I mean, it's a relative word that whether you know anybody or you don't know anybody in this country, you can ask for your right. You can stand on your right, irrespective of who the person you are, demanding it for may be, whether they are power that be, whether they have power of incumbency or not. It's a lesson that we should also learn. Of course, we must also learn to appreciate the judiciary anyway, to be able to be resolute, not to be influenced at all by powers that be or the people with incumbency, and to alter the course of justice. Very, very important. And also we should also be looking at the Senate itself. Then there's a lesson to learn there, that you don't need to maltreat or mistreat any of your members, since there is always another way to seek redress and get the right things done. Of course, we are also now looking at the fact that we hope that the Senate will heed the call of the court of law by allowing the woman to return even to the Senate and continue her legislative duties according to how the judgment has read. Very, very important. And I also hope that as soon as she returns, she will not be victimized, and all her rights and privileges that were stripped will be restored again. Then the backlog of what she has not been paid, I hope they will be paid, because before the court of law, those actions were unconstitutional and they are illegal. So therefore, it should be like as if Natasha has never left the Senate at all. And also, the Senate should, of course, be proactive in making sure that everything that belongs to the woman, is restored completely. Now, also, there is need for the Senate to also let not to wish out the woman or whoever has taken the Senate to court to seek redress and fight for their right, because at least the judiciary that happens to be the final bus stop have settled the whole case, and then it is expected that everything should be restored to the status quo, that they should continue their life and continue to do the necessary thing. Then there is need for us to also, tell Natasha to be very cautious this time around, in the sense that she's not supposed to give any loophole, even to his enemy, to her enemy, I beg your pardon, to find an occasion against her, because they could easily slam a suspension on her based on the fact that she was emotional to the point of violating the Senate ground rule. And really, before the law, of course, there is no ignorance and there is no impartiality. She wrote that together we redefine leadership, and that's what the lawmaker said on her Twitter page. And I think the word called redefining leadership is very, very important too. That in Nigeria today, our leaders, need to redefine themselves, while even with the people want to also make sure they are redefined, because you cannot afford to be, allowing nepotism, favoritism, inequality to continue in our midst. Just to the point that even in the Senate, there is gender disparity. Though we have had testimonies of previous female senators who said that there is nothing like that. The likes of Senator Itagiwa that believe that before the Senate, all are colleagues. Nobody is higher than the other. And the male senators are not treating the women or the female senators higher or less. They all see themselves as equal, and they are equal before the law and serving Nigeria together. But then redefining leadership, I think there's need for us to also make our leaders do the necessary. We should also try as much as not to indulge them like we have been doing before, to a point that when somebody becomes a public office holder, for example, maybe through ballot or through appointment, we give him or her the throne in the society, in quotes now. Even as I said, society, it includes the family, even the church life and every other thing. And all these people now will start misbehaving, whereas we are supposed to help them to see that they are servants even to the public, and they are supposed to show that leadership quality of equality and love and respect, and also the servant nature of giving the best even from them to the people, and then also making sure that we don't allow them to also play to the gallery, to a point that we will be the one that's even pushing them even to misbehave. So we have to also do all these things. And not only that, we must keep asking questions from time to time. And when a leader knows that his people will demand explanation for every action or every time spent, they will sit up and things will be better for us in the country. Keep liking our channel. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you share. Thank you.